I want to do shoulder stand at the end. So if you have 2 blankets and a block, that'd be great. And if you don't, you can just do legs up the wall. But ideally, if you have them, grab them. So the theme today is we're going to do detoxification. I think there's a lot to detox, like physically, emotionally, mentally. So I thought it would be a good practice to do some poses for detoxification. All right, so let's take a comfortable seat, and you can move your sitting bones back and apart. Feel the weight of your pelvis. Oh, I forgot to mute.
Feel the weight of your pelvis. And feel the length of your side body rising up out of the groundedness of your hips, your legs. Take a breath in and breathe all the way into the upper lobes of the lungs. Feel your collarbone spreading and broadening. And allow your shoulder blades to slide down the back of your body. Let's start just by taking 10 slow cleansing breaths through your nose and out through your nose. Bring our hands into our hearts. Bow your head towards your heart. Remembering our essence, which is love, peace, joy. You can release your hands and open your eyes. All right, take your left hand to the floor. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, fold to the side. Good, and then we're just gonna flow back and forth a few times with the breath, just side to side. Those rocking movements, opening side body, side ribs, fanning out from the grounding of your hips into the earth. A few more times, this joyful movement back and forth. Getting into your body and your breath. Excellent. Okay, come back to center. And then let's come to hands and knees. So if you're sitting on a blanket, just move your blankets behind you. And you can come to hands and knees on your sticky mat. Take the knees apart, bring your feet together, sit your hips back towards your heels, bow your head into the floor, and stretch your arms out in front. Just keep feeling that length of your side body. So you press your hands forward, sit your hips back, and feel the length of your spine, the opening of the side ribs, and breathing into the sides of the chest, back body. And inhale, come on up to hands and knees, and then exhale, let's everybody press back into downward dog. Paying particular attention to the mound of the index fingers and thumbs, and the mound of the big toe and the inner edge of the heel. Squeeze the midline, squeeze your arms, squeeze your legs, and then stretch out down into your feet, back through your hips, down into the heels. Listening to your breath. Great. Inhale, let's walk the feet forward towards your hands. Lift your chest. Inhale, sides of the chest long. Exhale, then just bow your head over your legs. Spread your toes again. Pressing through the mound of the big toe, inner edge of the heel. Lift the inner edges of the shins, inner thighs to widen. Feel how that kind of spins the inner thighs back and apart more. Sitting bones widening, and then rooting down into the feet from your hips and out through the crown of your head. Great. Inhale, lift your chest halfway up. Take hands to the hips, shoulders back, press down into the feet. Inhale, stand up. Take hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, step back, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, curl toes under. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths here. All right, on your next inhale, step or hop your feet forward to the top of your mat. Lift your chest. Exhale, bow forward over your legs. Press down into your feet. Inhale, arms all the way up. You can look up and then exhale, bring your hands back home to your heart. Let's do one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lift your chest halfway up. Exhale, step back, plank, high push up. Keep your legs straight or knees to the floor, shoulders back while you lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale, downward facing dog. Hold it for 5 breaths again, spread your toes. Paying particular attention to the mound of the index finger, thumb, mound of the big toe, inner edge of the heels. Good. And then stretching out, so from the press of the hands, reach to the hips. From the hips, reach down into the heels. Keep deepening your awareness of your breath. Ujjayi breath, just to keep clearing, letting go of any residue that's blocking your vision of your true nature. Great, and then inhale, let's lift the heels, hop or step your feet forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bow your head over your legs. Press down into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. You can look up, and then exhale, bring your hands back home to your heart. Okay, step to the middle of your sticky mat, or you guys can stay where you are. I'm going to step to the middle of my mat. All right, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Hold your right wrist with your left hand, and then just start to squeeze your legs together and your outer hips together, like you're corn cobbing your legs together. And then fold to the side. So squeeze the midline with the legs and then fold to the left. Good. Feel the side ribs opening. Good. Inhale, come on up. Hold your left wrist. We're going to squeeze legs together. Even squeeze arms together. Can you squeeze your arms onto your ears and then fold to the right? Hug the midline with your legs to find stability. And then from that stability, bend and open. Squeezing the organs on the left side. Sorry, right side. And then inhale, let's come all the way up. Take your arms back down. Okay, balancing on your right leg, turn your left toes out. If you'd like a wall, we're gonna do tree pose, so you could come to the wall if you'd like, if you prefer. We're gonna take hold the ankle, bring your ankle up to your inner thigh, or your shin, but not your knee. Good, squeeze your foot and your ankle together, just like you squeezed your legs together, squeeze your foot and your leg together for more stability. And then we'll inhale, take the arms up, and hold the right wrist again with your left hand. And then keep squeezing the midline with your legs and fold to the left a little bit, upper body to the left. Squeeze the midline for stability and play your edge. So the more you hug to the middle, the more you might be able to fold to the side. Okay, come on back up. Inhale. Take your arms down. Switch sides. Balancing on your left foot. Let's do your right leg up. Just squeeze the midline, so left side to the foot, foot to the left side. Squeeze in like you're hugging. Reach your arms up. We're gonna hold the left wrist with your right arm. With your right wrist. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Squeeze in. Hug your midline with your legs for stability. And then play your edge and start to fold to the right. And the more you hug in, you'll find more balance as you kind of bring your upper body out of balance. Great, inhale and release, and exhale, come back down. Okay, take the feet wide apart. And then turn your right toes out. Keep your back foot parallel to the back of your sticky mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. into the side plane, and then exhale, bend your right knee, come into the square of your right knee. Back leg strong and steady. Virabhadrasana 2. If you keep your back leg strong, can you soften this right thigh down a little more, drop that right sitting bone. Stretching from your groins out into your knees and down into the roots of your feet. All right, reverse warrior. Take your left hand to your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. We're gonna open those right side ribs again. Keep sinking into the right thigh. Good, inhale, come up. Straighten your front leg. Release your arms. Turn your right toes in. Let's switch sides. Turn the left toes out. The back leg is strong. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, from the stability of the back leg, drop this left thigh. So we're working on left thigh getting more parallel to the floor. Left knee towards second and third toe. From the stability of the back leg, left thigh bone drops, left sitting bone drops. Good. Take your right hand to your right leg. Your crescent back into crescent warrior. So this whole left side opening. And inhale. Stand up. And then straighten your left leg. Turn your feet parallel. And then let's heel toe the feet back together. Okay, if you're not at the front of your sticky mat, come to the front of your mat. Let's take hands back to your heart. Tadasana. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift your chest. Exhale, we're going to start with the left side. Step your left foot back. So right foot's in lunge, right knee is in lunge, back leg is straight. I do want to give you the option of taking the left knee to the floor though for this one if you prefer. And if your left knee is on the floor, move it more kind of in line with your hip. Otherwise, we're going to stay here. We're going to do a balanced twist. So you can bring your hands on top of your right knee. Keep your back leg straight. Bring your arms into the side plane. We're going to turn the palms up. Good. Inhale here. Squeeze your legs towards each other. So kind of scissor your legs together. And then exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Twist towards your right leg. Left arm forward, right hand back. Breathe in, lift your side chest. Good. Inhale back to center. Touch the floor. Exhale, downward dog. Step back. Breathe here. Okay, let's step the left foot forward between hands. We're going to do the second side. So either back leg straight or a little easier version, you can have a right knee on the floor right underneath the hip. Okay, wherever you are, let's bring the left hand to the top of the left thigh, or hands on top of the left thigh. We're going to sweep the arms up into the side plane. Good. Breathe into the side chest. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Squeeze your legs together while you twist. So we're going to twist to the left. Reach through your arms, reach through your legs. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, touch the floor. Inhale, right foot forward, lift your chest. Exhale, then bow your head. Okay, bend your knees a little bit. Wrap your arms behind your legs. So we're going to wrap our forearms around the shins. Good. With your forearms, hug your shins together and then press your thighs apart to open your hips. You can stay here with knees bent, or to lengthen the hamstrings, you can slowly start to straighten your legs. As you straighten your legs, lift your sitting bones up towards the sky. Breathe here, feel the opening of the hips, length of the hamstrings, maybe building some tapas, some heat in your body. This is how we detox in yoga or any form of exercise, just heat, sweating. All right, let's take the hands to the floor. And you can step back again into downward facing dog. So let's stretch out one more time into the dog pose. Keep spreading, or keep pressing through the mound of the big toe. And can you pull your inner heels back? Just start lengthening the inner heels back, inner thighs back. Sitting bones lifting. And then as you lift the top of the knees up, stretch your thigh bones back into your hamstrings. All right, please come to hands and knees. And then we'll come into a sit on your blanket. So grab your blanket and sit down. And let's do one shoulder opener while we're here. So take your arms out to the side. Take the right arm underneath the left. And then I want you to come into Garudasana arms, so eagle arms. The right palm comes into the right fingertips into left palm. Squeeze your forearms together to broaden your upper back. Okay, take your arms out to the side. And then let's switch. Take the left arm under, right arm on top. And take the left fingertips inside the palm of the right hand. Elbows in line with your shoulders. Find that opening of the side ribs, length of the side ribs again. Squeeze the forearms together. And then just breathe deeply, just open. Inside that contraction, can you also open and expand your back body? All right, release your arms. And then you can take your hands back to your thighs. Bend both your knees with feet on the floor, hips on the blanket. Cross your right leg under, and then either keep your left foot on the inside of your knee, or if you can get it onto the outside of your knee, take it to the outside of your knee. Widen your sitting bones, so find the opening of the lower, the pelvic floor, sitting bones wide. To open the top of the pelvis, take the waist back a little bit, like just the top of the pelvis back, and then root the outer hips down. Okay, reach your right arm up, inhale, everybody. And then exhale, twist. Bring your right elbow outside your left knee. Okay, breathe in here, sides of the chest long again. Exhale, twist. Ardha Matsyendrasana. All right, inhale back to center. And then let's switch sides, please. So take your left foot leg under your right. Either keep your foot on the inside of your knee, so your sitting bones can be both even on the blanket, or take your foot to the outside, and I want both sitting bones to still be even on the blanket. You can grab a hold of that right sitting bone and kind of pull it wide, so and down into the blanket or the floor. All right, inhale, left arm up, lengthen the left side body, and then start to rotate from your left to your right. Take your right elbow, hook it on the outside of your knee. You could also hold around your knee like a little hanger. Okay, we're gonna breathe in and keep finding that side chest long, and then twist from your left to your right. The collarbones are broad, so you wanna broaden the upper chest. Keep the top of the throat moving towards the back plane of your body. So you're moving on that central axis. And then just twisting with your breath. So find the breath, and then as you move with your breath, you can go a little bit deeper, but don't force it past don't force your body without your breath. Okay, great. And then inhale and come back to the middle. Okay, let's take the legs wide apart. So let's go and let's start it. Try it this way. So come into Upavista. So legs in a 90-degree angle. And then grab just underneath your right knee, you're gonna lift your knee up and then take your right foot in. So your right heel rests kind of in your right groin, and you roll towards the top of your foot more, that right foot. So the bottom of the foot is facing the sky. Okay, then take a breath in here. And I just want you to twist. So take your right hand inside, left hand outside, and just start a twist towards your left leg. Being mindful of your sitting bones wide, lumbar spine in and up. Broadening of the chest, upper collarbones broad. So like Ardha Janu Shirshasana. Great, and then inhale and come back to center. Okay, from here, I'm gonna start to slide your left hand out to the side. This right sideways is gonna twist back, okay? Now you can either hold your hand on your shin, your ankle, or you can take your index finger and your middle finger and grab a hold of your big left toe. Okay, breathing here, we're gonna keep rolling from this left rib towards the right rib. So the right shoulder rolls back, top of the throat's back. You could take your right hand to your head and just press your head back into your hand. So you twist left to right, keep the left side grounded. Great, release. Let's turn back, torso back towards the floor to come up, and then inhale and come on up. Okay, second side. This left leg is gonna fold in. Right leg's gonna go out. So for this one, you can kind of lean forward so that you're more like rolling onto the front of the shin. The left foot is pressed, the left toes are pressing into the floor, and the bottom of the foot is pointed up towards the ceiling more. The left heel is in your left, like next to your left groin. Right leg out to the side. Okay, take a breath in. Let's lift the chest. Really widen the seat so the sitting bones are wide. And then twist from your left to your right. We're going to start to twist. And just staying in this kind of 90-degree angle with the legs and the hips. Breathing. Being mindful of the right leg turning in instead of turning out. Being mindful of your form, but also your breath. Okay, let's turn back to the middle. And then we're going to go into that modified Parvrita Janushirasana. So the right hand is going to slide down the right leg to the shin, ankle, the foot. So you just decide, you know, what feels best to you. Right now I have my left hand on my left thigh. You could also hold the right toe with the index finger and thumb. And then we're going to find that rotation. So from the right ribs, rotate the left ribs back, right? Kind of the heart opening up to the sky. You can take your left hand to the back of your head. You press your head back, lift your heart. You can find whatever position feels best. Maybe you just want to keep your hand on your leg. Some of you guys could also reach your arm alongside your ear. I'm just really feeling this rotation in my torso. You press the right thigh down. Great, and then inhale, let's turn back towards the floor. Lift your chest. And then you can bring the right foot in, and then let's bring the left foot to the floor. So we'll come back to the shape. Okay, let's find a little flow here just in the pelvis. So inhale, you can arch your back up. And then exhale, we'll roll back into a cat tilt. And inhale, dog tilt. And exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. So just as you pause here in this dog shape, just use your arms and kind of squeeze your shins together. And then can you find the sitting bone and then push your sitting bones back and apart more. Good, lift your spine. All right, and then let's release. Okay, keeping your left leg bent, stretch your right leg out in front. Right knee, right toes straight up into there. Spread your toes, and this right inner thigh rotates to the floor. So you want to keep that pressing down into the earth, and then find the lumbar curve in your spine. So inhale, lift your lower back in and up. Create your sitting bones, move your sitting bones back and behind you a little bit more. And now keeping that, soften the front ribs down and in a little towards your back body. Okay, let's take the right arm. You can wrap it around your left knee like a hanger. Take your left hand behind you. You're gonna breathe in. Find the balance of lumbar spine in and up and front ribs down and in while you rotate from the right to the left. Now we're putting a big contraction on the spleen, liver. You can look over your left shoulder. Good. Inhale, come back to the middle. And then let's do the other side. So fold the right leg in. We're gonna stretch the left leg out. Left knees and toes straight up. Inhale, lift your chest. And let's see if you can wrap your left elbow around that right knee. Take your right hand behind you. To keep the left leg steady, you're going to breathe in and then rotate from the left to the right. Contraction on the spleen and the liver helps to reduce the sluggishness of the organs. I've been noticing like huge differences in my body just from detoxing liver, more clarity. Great, and then inhaling, come back to the center. Okay, let's bend both the knees again, and let's do one more pose. So cross your left leg or your right leg under, and your left leg can go on top. So Gomukhasana pose. So for Gomukhasana, the knees come closer together. Heels are outside the hips. Can still activate your feet. So spread your toes and kind of pull your toes back towards your knees. It's going to give you the power to kind of hug in. Now use that to push the sitting bones and the thighs apart more. Can you widen the thighs by hugging your toes back, your shins in, and then the thighs apart. All right, inhale here, and then exhale, fold over your legs. So you can take your fingertips to the floor. Opening the outer hips. And then inhale and come back up. All right, let's switch sides. Take the left leg under. And you can cross the right leg over. Spread your toes. You can pull your toes back. Widen your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, folding from your hips. You can fold forward. Take your fingertips to the floor. Find that feeling of your hips pressing down into the floor while you fold forward. And then inhale and come on back up. Okay, unwind your legs and come back to hands and knees. All right. Let's take the knees wide, feet together. We're going to sit the hips towards the heels. Take a nice stretch again. In child pose. Relax your neck, your jaw. Okay. Then let's take the right foot. Yeah, I think I'm going to show from the side. So take your right foot forward between your hands. So we're in this lunge, the left knee's down. And then I want you to walk your right foot to the left side of your sticky mat. A little more, so just inside your left hand. Okay, now activate your toes again. So pull your toes back towards your shin. And then we're gonna roll onto the outside of the right foot, but don't let your ankle collapse. You guys have done this with me before. Little toes back, not letting the ankle collapse. And we're kind of letting that knee come out to the side. Some of you guys might be able to get your knee to the floor, your outside of your shin to the floor. Others of us are just going to stay more into, maybe up here a little bit. And then wherever you're at, just try to fold forward, keeping your little toes back. This nice big hip opener. You can lay it down and then you can fold forward this way. No pain in the knee wherever you're at though. And if you don't like this version, you could always just come into a regular pigeon pose. Okay, let's come on back up. And come back into hands and knees. Love that deep hip opener. Okay, let's do the other side. So take your left foot forward between your hands. And then walk your left foot to the right, more to the right side of your sticky mat. And then pull your toes back. So you want the foot to be flexed, your left foot to be flexed. The toes are back, especially that little toe side. And then you're gonna roll onto the outside of your foot, keeping your toes drawing back, really to protect your knee there. And then just slowly kind of find the widening of the side. So the left side of the side, the right side of the right. And play with, can you lay your left shin down, but don't hurt your knee in the process. You might need to walk your foot to the right a little more. Drawing the toes back, and then you can fold forward. I like resting on forearms here. Again, hands could be on the floor, so if you're up a little bit higher, you could be here and then forearms down. All right, everybody, let's inhale. We'll come, you can slide your right knees forward a little bit. We'll come out of the pose and then let's stretch back into downward dog. Spreading the toes and moving the inner thighs back and wide. Great, let's come to hands and knees. Oh, sorry, come onto your belly first. Lay on your belly. You can point your toes back. Press your feet down and activate your glutes a little. Right where the hamstrings come into the glute muscles, you want to feel a little activation there. Interlace your fingers behind your back. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe in, kind of draw the front ribs back towards the back body more. Lift your chest. Shalabhasana. Draw the shoulders back, shoulder blades down your back. Legs are strong and active to protect your lower back. And then release and come back down. Just pause here. All right, next pose, we'll come into Dhanurasana. Bend both your knees. Reach back for your feet. I'm gonna spread the toes and breathe in and squeeze your shins together. So you can hug your shins in and draw the shoulders back, head of the arm bones back towards the back plane of the body. And then breathe in and lift your legs and your chest. Pressing your feet back into your hands. No pain in the lower back, so if you do back off. Good, exhale and lower. Turn your head to the opposite side. All right, let's come up to kneeling. So coming into camel pose, you can either start with your toes curled under if your low back or your upper back is tight, or you could press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Okay. Everybody hug the feet and your shins towards each other, and then move your inner thighs back. And draw the front of the ribs down and in. Right, down and in, good. And then inhale here. Sides of the body long, and then start to rotate this right shoulder backward. Take the hand to the inside of the right foot. And then the left shoulder back, take the left hand to the fingers inside your foot. Heel, squeeze in. Squeeze your heels together. And then inhale, lift your heart from underneath your shoulder blades. Rooting from the pelvis down into the knees, and then lengthening out through the crown of your head. And press down into your knees, inhale, and come back up. Okay, we're gonna do one more kind of fun back bend pose. Half Dhanurasana. I love this pose. So take your right foot forward, and the left knee is going to stay just right under that left hip. Okay, first we want to create stability. So take a breath in, and can you squeeze your feet and your shins towards each other for stability? And then we can move the inner thighs back and apart to get a little bit of curve in your back. Keep the front of the ribs down and in. Okay, then breathe in and like find this opening, this length up through your side chest. And we'll start to rotate this left shoulder back. So head of the left arm bone back, and you can reach back for your heel. Some of you guys got to say you could use a block if you want more support too. Block is great right here. So hand on the block or the heel, good. Squeeze feet and shins in, and then take your right hand behind your head. And you're gonna start to turn your chest to the right more. Hips squared forward. Head resting in the hand. And then keep that support that you feel there, but take your right arm up to the sky, inhale. And we're gonna draw the head of the right arm bone back into the shoulder socket, and then you can reach it behind you. Great, and then inhale and come all the way up. Right arm up, left arm up. Okay, let's do the second side. So if you feel any compression in your lower back, you could just stop, each step of the way. You don't have to go to the full pose, just listen to your body. Okay, left foot forward, right knee is right under the hip. You could have the block on the outside of the foot for more support. Your lower back or upper back is tight. Okay, let's take that moment just to hug in. So squeeze in, breathe in, lift the sides of the chest. And then we're gonna take this right shoulder back All right, reach for your block or your foot. And then you can take your left hand behind your head. Good, now start to square your hips a little more forward, rotating the left chest back. Lifting from underneath your shoulder blades out of your hips. Take the left arm to the sky, inhale, and then draw the left arm bone back into the shoulder socket so you can get more range of motion, and then reach it alongside your ear. From your pelvis, root down into your right knee, lift your heart from underneath your shoulder blades, and then reach through your fingertips. Great, inhale, come up. That's Ardha Ustrasana. Take the left leg back. And then let's just stretch out everybody back into downward facing dog. So let's take a nice stretch out here. Even out both sides of the body. Stretch your hamstrings so you can just to open the hamstrings more. Lift your knees up. Tone your quads and then press your thighs back. It's kind of a feeling when we have somebody holding a strap around our thighs, pulling us back. All right, and then take your knees to the floor. And then let's come into a little child pose, just rest for a minute. All right, and then we'll slowly come up. So I'm gonna guide shoulder stand. So if you want to do shoulder stand, you're gonna need 2 blankets and a block. And if you don't want to do shoulder stand right now, and you can just do legs up the wall, or if you have a couch available, you can put your legs on the couch. So some kind of inversion to help the blood flow towards your brain. All right, so for the shoulder stand, you want to turn your, you stack your blankets like this. I think most of you guys know how to stack your blanket so that the smooth edge of the blanket is going in the direction of your neck. It's up by your neck. And then you can put this block underneath you to the bottom of the blanket. Nice. Okay, and then you can sit on your block and we'll lay back. And I want your shoulders to be below the edges of the blanket, so on the blanket, not on the floor to start with. So your neck is supported by the fold of the blanket and your head is on the floor. All right. Let's just first do a bridge pose just to open up your upper back. So lift your hips. We're going to walk the shoulders underneath you. This is a good time to check too, just to make sure your shoulders are on the blanket, not the floor. And your head is on the floor. Your neck should be supported by the blanket. Walking your shoulders underneath you a little bit more. That's the feeling you're going to want to have when you're in your shoulder stand. So walking the shoulders underneath you. All right, good. Release your hips. And lower back down. Pause and just relax for a moment as you prepare for shoulder stand. Okay, so to come into shoulder stand, the the palms will be facing towards the floor. And then you can, I like the block here under the hips because it helps give us a little bit more support to come up. So then you kind of just swing your knees towards your chest. And then you take your hands to your lower back. And you take your legs up towards the sky. If you can try to walk your shoulder together like you just did in your bridge. Good, we're walking the hands down the back towards the shoulder blades so the shoulder blades go more into the heart. And lengthening from the tailbone towards the heels. So you can feel the chin lock here, how it gives a nice squeeze to your thyroid gland. Helps the functioning of your thyroid. Which helps regulate hormones in your body. Okay, now we're gonna come into a plow position. I happen to have this couch right by me, which I like to use for a plow. So this is your choice. You could do this if you'd like to, or you could just stay in shoulder stand. But you can try to take your feet to the floor or to a couch if you might happen to have one nearby. And you can interlace your fingers behind your back now. Okay, let's lift the thighs up away from the floor. So the inner thighs are lifting, the feet can be grounded on the floor or surface. All right, let's take the hands back to your back. And then you can take your legs back up one more time. Walking the hands down the back towards the shoulder blades. Lift the tailbone towards your heels. All right, to come out of the pose, we'll bend the knees. Take your knees towards your shoulders. In a little ball, then take your hands to the floor so the palms face down again, and then slowly roll out of the pose. And take your feet back to the floor. And then to rest after the shoulder stand, just slide your hips back onto the blanket and rest your upper back on the floor. And keep your knees bent. You can take the arms out to the side. All right, then let's roll to the side. So if you're in legs up the wall, you can roll to the side. If you're on your blankets, roll to your side, and then we'll slowly come back up. And then you guys can find a comfortable resting pose, so some form of shavasana. Taking the legs a little wider than midline, arms a little outside the body, so equal distance from your body. Resting back, and the chin can come slightly towards the chest. Relax all the muscles around your face and your jaw. And feel as you notice and feel the effects of the asana in your body right now. Let go of the thoughts, chatterings of your mind as you allow your attention to focus on sensations and breath.
So as you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And bend your knees. And roll to your right side. Rest your head on your arm. And then you can slowly come up to sitting. Take our hands into our hearts. And you can bow your head to your heart. And I just want to leave you with some words from Carolyn Mace about this time right now. And the nugget I'd like to leave you with today is the only way out of this predicament that we're in right now in our world is by looking at the rest of humanity without fear in our hearts. The only way out of this is by looking at the rest of humanity without fear in our hearts. So the love in me bows to the love in you. Namaste.